So, meine Damen und Herren, werte Freunde, meine Affenbande, willkommen zurück. Weiter geht's bei uns. Episode 2, hier Batman, der Telltale Game Story. Schreckliche Dinge sind ans Licht gekommen beim letzten Mal und die wollen näher beleuchtet werden, ja? Und dafür sind wir heute hier. Bin gespannt, was dabei herauskommt, wenn Bruce Wayne sich seine Familiengeschichte etwas genauer anschaut und wenn Alfred mal auspackt, was er so weiß.
A revolution is knocking on Gotham's door. When this whole thing starts, make sure you're on the right side.
Mr. Wayne, thank you for opening your house to us. Together, we will change Gotham. Harvey Dent, Gotham's next mayor, and eager to know you.
Vicky Vale, not interested, and reporter for the Gotham Gazette. Carmine Falcone? Is the Dent campaign soliciting votes from Gotham's biggest crime family?
Your father knew which hands to shake.
Don't you know not to corner a wild animal? It's dangerous. Bye, Bat.
This is Selina.
How many? I'd have to count the pieces. Falcone's calling card.
The chemicals. Where are they? We're all being played here, including you. Ah, Christ almighty! It's the Waynes. Well, the Waynes are the biggest gangsters in Gotham.
Ja, wie viel davon es war, das ist die Frage, die wir uns hier stellen. Wir wissen, unsere Entscheidungen bestimmen den Verlauf der Spielereihe. Und die Geschichte hängt davon ab, wie wir spielen. Ich weiß, ich weiß. Ja, ein bisschen ruckelig heute. Keine Ahnung warum.
Don't have to do this. Only you now, Master Bruce.
I thought I might find you here. The news was upsetting for both of us. But you should see this. I know you come here for solitude, Bruce. More allegations about his ties to the underworld. This isn't going away. It's all so public and messy.
Tell me, all of this is a lie.
I wish I could. There are no angels in Gotham, Bruce. Maybe there never were. I've been dreading this day for nearly 2 decades. But I hoped it would never come.
Forget the papers. I want to hear it from you.
The truth is, they were billionaires, Bruce. You can't amass that kind of wealth without making certain moral compromises. It's just not possible. That kind of money taints you.
You kept their secrets for them.
I'm trying to help you understand.
Then try harder!
Bruce, ganz ruhig. Alfred steht auf unserer Seite.
Hill greased the wheels of politics. Falcone was the muscle. Thomas legitimized the whole enterprise with his name. Your father, Hamilton Hill, and Falcone, they were partners. Nothing happened in Gotham without them knowing.
Falcone, the papers, they were telling the truth. Everyone knew about this but me.
I know it's a lot to take in. I want you to know I had my suitcases ready. I couldn't stand to be around your father anymore. But then they were killed, and you were all alone. And I just couldn't walk out the door. Everything I did, everything I've ever done, was out of love for you. I hope you can forgive me.
How could I hold this against you? You're all I've got, Alfred.
Thank you. I won't let you down again.
Braucht jetzt auch eine
This
Familie.
is the first time I've been back here since that night. When the police called me to collect you, I thought they'd finally arrested your father. I couldn't believe a low-life thug like Joe Chill would have the audacity to rob and kill Thomas Wayne. He was simply too well known. Too big. Yet, there it was.
Wouldn't Chill just run when he recognized him?
Well, it's a fair assumption.
But he didn't.
You always said it was a simple mugging. In 20 years, you've never wavered from that story.
I can recall every moment of that night in vivid detail. But maybe that's wrong.
Sometimes we block out things we don't want to face.
Maybe there was some detail I overlooked.
Oh je. Ich wollte gerade sagen, und dann können wir uns genau an die Vergangenheit erinnern. Und vielleicht ein Detail erkennen, was wir übersehen haben.
I want him standing here. Right now.
And what would the Batman do with his own parents' killer? The possibilities are frightening.
I'd only want to ask him one question. Why? My parents could have given him anything. Why would he just shoot them?
He was stabbed to death in prison. No one mourns for Joe Chill, Bruce.
Genau deswegen musste er es auch machen. Glaube ich. Ich glaube, das ist es. Er ist einfach entbehrlich gewesen und er hat eine große Bezahlung bekommen oder sollte sie bekommen und wurde einfach im Gefängnis erstochen. Ein Opfer, ein Bauernopfer. Der kleine Bruce sieht aus.
He just wanted to protect us.
He thought he was invincible. Sadly, he was mistaken.
I always wanted to be brave. Just like him.
And you are. He would be so proud to see that you took a different path.
I love that movie. Saw it countless times at that theater. How long did it play there?
Only when you wanted to see it, Bruce. Your mother arranged the special screenings personally.
I never knew that. She was always so good to me.
Ja, das macht nicht alle Erinnerungen falsch oder weniger wert. Was damals, also, dass sie tatsächlich wahrscheinlich kriminelle Sachen
Does the
hatten.
memory end?
With my father pleading, you don't have to do this. And the gun fires.
And after that? There are considerable gaps in that recollection.
Maybe. But do I really want to know?
Stay back!
Take whatever you want!
Nothing personal, just business. He told me you had it coming.
You don't have to do this. Tell Falcone. He's making a mistake.
Oh. Nein. Er wollte tatsächlich noch das Kind erschießen.
Bruce, are you all right?
It wasn't a mugging. They were assassinated. And Carmine Falcone knows why.
Ja, aber den... super, an den haben wir jetzt eingebuchtet. Da kommen wir doch nicht mehr ran vernünftig. Der ist doch jetzt ganz weit weg. Unangenehm. Unangenehm. Haben wir uns natürlich nicht einfacher mitgemacht. Das ist das GCPD. Was ist das denn für eine schwarze Linie? Also, manchmal dieses Spiel. Mann, ist das ein dreckiges GCPD. Ach, wen haben wir denn da? Den
Getting you in to see Falcone like this? I don't have to tell you how many rules we're breaking. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm always here for you, but this could land us both in hot water. I pulled all the strings I had with the lieutenant. This better not come back to bite us.
Look, I get that, Harv, okay? And it means a lot to me.
I know it does, Bruce. It doesn't make it any easier. The last time we brushed shoulders with Falcone, the press made us pay. At least tell me what this is about. Look, I'm all for blind support, but I should at least know what I'm getting myself into.
Ja, ist okay.
I'm not sure, but I think Falcone put a hit on my parents.
Wait, what? Bruce, that's terrible.
That's why I have to speak with him. I have to know for sure.
Bruce, I appreciate you opening up to me, but just try and keep it cool in there. I don't want any headlines taking away from my debate with Hill.
Gentlemen, we finally put Falcone in his cage. Now, well, thanks to the information you gave me, Bruce, he won't ever get out.
Whoa, I'm sorry. Information? What information?
Oh, I assumed you knew. I was going to contact your office first thing.
I gave him some evidence against Falcone.
More like a catalog of his entire criminal empire. It's a case that'll put Falcone away for life.
Is that a fact?
That's the reason I said yes to this unorthodox request.
Sehr gut.
Nice job bringing in Falcone. Yeah, that son of a bitch better not get off again.
He's not getting off the hook, Renee. Not this time.
Mr. Wayne, Sergeant Renee Montoya. I just wanted to say, some of us police support you, despite what the media is saying.
Thanks, Sergeant.
We're keeping Falcone in the infirmary. He's lucky he didn't get roughed up more. I could tell Batman wanted to kill him, but he held back. He cares about doing the right thing.
I know he does a lot for the department, but honestly, Batman freaks me out.
Oh, he's definitely freaky. But I'm glad he's out there watching over the city.
Ja, also wir distanzieren uns natürlich so ein bisschen davon. Ja, das ist der Bescheid.
Falcone's inside. You say what you gotta say. We'll be out here.
Kill it with fire. Nein. Gut, dass wir ihn nicht verletzt haben. Vielleicht hätte er dann nicht reden können oder sowas. Episode 2 sind wir, ja. Es hört sich an wie eine Beatmungsmaschine. Mein Gott, jetzt ist aber, jetzt tun sie aber jetzt. Als ob. Kinder von Arkham.
The hell? Bruce Wayne? You must have some clout. My own wife can't get in to see me. Good thing I'll be out of here in a week.
We need to talk, Falcone.
You weren't so eager the last time we met. But then, I knew you'd come around. Especially after the press got their teeth into you. You're your father's son. Yeah, that's right. Tommy and I were close. More than friends. More like cousins.
Until you sent Joe Chill to kill him.
Ah, so that's what this is really about, eh? The pup digging up a 20-year-old killer.
2 killings, and they were never forgotten.
You and me, we're practically family. I thought you'd have figured that out by now. Maybe I tried to get through to your dense party. Maybe I should have spelled it out. Got a whole closet full of birthday presents I was never able to give you.
Convince me then. Tell me a story about our big, happy family.
There it is. Now I got you hooked.
Ja.
Your father, Hill, and me, we ran this city. Still do. God damn this pain. Can't think through it. Morphine's on the side there. Be a good boy and help Uncle Carmine out, huh?
Ja, wir sind eine gute... Überdosis tot. Wir sind ein sehr guter. Er soll uns die Sachen erzählen. Wir brauchen die Informationen. Ich will die Informationen. Ich will sie.
40 years I keep my veins clean of any of that gunk. But you never forget the tender kiss. It'd be so easy to give me the whole vial, wouldn't it? Enough there to put an old dog down forever. Of course, you'd never know the whole story.
Richtig.
How much of your parents do you have in you? What kind of son did Thomas Wayne make?
I need you coherent, or you would be gone already.
Oh, there it is. That Wayne streak. Much better, kid. Thank you. Gesture like that reminds me of your mother. Your father may have been the doctor, but Martha, she had the human touch. Think you got more of her in you, tell the truth. Yeah.
I lost her so young. I hardly remember anything about her.
She had steel in her, did Martha. She was the only one that ever had a hold on your father.
Until you hired an assassin to kill them both.
What, you really think I hired Chill? Sure. I worked with Joe Chill from time to time. Put a button on someone, he'd take him out. But I never ordered that hit on your parents.
So who did?
You can't trust anyone in Gotham. Least of all those you call friend. Your parents learned that out.
What?
They're waiting for you in hell!
Nee, nicht Gordon, nicht Gordon.
The bastard had to die.
Nein.
Hands in the air! Stand down! Get a doctor! Secure this floor! No one gets in or out!
Kopfschuss ist tot.
Go!
Fuck! Das war die Droge, das war das Zeug. Ihre Freunde. Ich weiß, wer es war. Pausiert. Ihr erinnert euch an unseren guten Freund, nennen wir ihn bei seinem Spitznamen, den Pinguin, der erzählt hat, ja, seine Familie ging den Bach runter. Vielleicht war das eine Racheaktion von seinen, oder eine Aktion von seinen Eltern oder sowas? Oder, von ihm kann ja nicht sein, da war er zu jung für, aber ihr wisst, was ich meine. Und vielleicht, also wenn dann letzten Endes alles, das mit den Drogen auch über ihn geht und deswegen hier, ich wollte dich vorbereiten, weil du ein alter Freund bist und solche Geschichten. Und siehst jetzt, da habt ihr ja gesehen, sie hat ja um den Mund so Züge, so Verfärbungen und sowas. Ich glaube, das hat mit dieser Droge zu tun. Und ich glaube, letzten Endes wurde sie halt jetzt manipuliert, das werden wir bestimmt gleich herausfinden, das jetzt zu tun. Weil sie war ja vorhin nicht so drauf. Jetzt sind wir ja begegnet. Ich glaube, das ist der Cobblepot. Mal sehen.
We are in deep shit. I bought us some time, but not much. Word's gonna get out, sooner or later. Why would she do something like this? We had Gotham's biggest crime lord in our grasp.
Das stimmte nicht mit ihr.
This close.
I don't know. I hardly recognized her when she burst in. She was so different from the woman we met in the hall.
It's a disgrace. Another officer gone rogue.
It just doesn't make any sense. She'd never do anything to hurt the department.
Falcone's case meant justice for 1,000 unnamed victims.
No.
And now it is a PR disaster. How can I run against corruption when our own cops are redecorating the precinct with their prisoners' brains? Listen, we gotta get out in front of this. We gotta spin it as best we can. Issue a statement saying that we have the shooter in custody. Details are still coming in and that we're investigating. The usual.
Slow down, Harvey. We need the facts first.
The simple fact is she walked in and shot him.
Then we need the complex facts, like how and why.
Lieutenant, Mr. District Attorney, Falcone's lawyers are here.
Ah, toll.
Christ. I can delay them for a little while, but we still need answers.
Tell me if she says anything. I have to know why she did this.
Lassen Sie mich alleine mit der? Ernsthaft?
Alfred, Falcone's been murdered.
Good God.
I'm looking into it, but I'll need access to the back computer for anything I find.
Connection secured.
Alfred, I'm gonna try and confirm some suspicions of mine.
Da, der Einstichloch.
Fresh injection site. That doesn't look like blood.
Nicht wahr? Haben wir noch irgendwas? Nein, das sind nur die beiden Sachen.
Her veins, still visible beneath her skin. Alfred, I think I found the substance. Analyze and forward me the result.
Oh.
Of course. I'll be in touch as soon as I have the results.
Dafür hätten sie jetzt nicht unbedingt ein Event machen müssen.
Where am I? Mr. Wayne? What's going on? Oh, but I got this awful feeling something terrible happened.
Sergeant, you have to think. What do you remember?
Oh, God. Falcone. I was hoping it wasn't real.
I believe you were drugged, Sergeant.
It would explain a lot. Listen, you have to believe me. I talked big about hurting thugs like Falcone, but I would never, never betray the lieutenant. Everything is so foggy. I remember a sharp pain.
There's an injection site on your neck.
Then I just felt light, like I could do whatever I wanted. No guilt, no consequence. There was a voice in my ear insisting Falcone was gonna get off. And all I knew was that I had to stop that. I had to, no matter what. The reasons why I shouldn't, they were a million miles away.
Did you see a face? Could you ID a suspect?
I don't think so.
You must remember some detail. Try.
I remember a hand on my arm, guiding me like a parent with a child. The voice, it was saying something about revolution.
Cobblepot.
Cobblepot said something similar.
I'm so sorry, Lieutenant. I've let you down.
We stalled Falcone's lawyers for now, but they'll be back. So how is she? Did she tell you anything?
Yeah, hey, don't worry about that now.
I found evidence that she was drugged. A fresh injection site on her neck.
I was out of my mind, Lieutenant. Please believe me.
Hey, I do. Of course I do. Hey, get forensics in here. Now!
She remembers a voice saying something about revolution.
That's not much to go on.
Now, if you're bringing forensics in, let's get Bruce out.
Alfred, I gotta get back to the manor. I've got a lead on whoever's behind this.
Bruce!
Oh no, Vicky.
What are you doing here? My friends in the GCPD have been telling stories about some kind of lockdown?
I'm sorry, Vicky. I don't have time.
Don't brush me off. Word is there were shots fired near where Falcone was being held. Know anything about that? I mean, you must have been back there when it happened.
Where did you get that?
So it's true?
No, I didn't say that.
Word is you turned over enough dirt on Falcone to put him in Blackgate Prison for life. A day after he showed up at your house. And now you're here. You can't afford to be associated with another scandal. I can keep your name out of whatever we print, but you need to give me something I can use. Who fired the shots? A cop? I can tell by the way you're brushing me off that something happened. Just give me
Das
something.
kann ich nicht sagen.
Please, get out of my way, Vicky. I'm in a hurry.
Disappointing. Maybe you have more to do with this than I thought.
Ja, denken Sie das ruhig, aber solange die Polizei da einigermaßen sicher rauskommt, ne, wir können nicht, dass die Beamten auch noch mehr Dreck am Stecken haben. Also, wenn sie jetzt sagt, ach, ein Sergeant, ja, na dann, und das niederschreibt, ja, wenn die Info durchkommt, das wäre katastrophal. Das Cloud-Speichersymbol braucht mir eindeutig zu lange.
Either.
Ich muss das jetzt... Ach Mann, ich muss jetzt den Text weitermachen.
Cobblepot drugged Montoya himself, or someone else is using his revolutionary rhetoric. Either way, I need to find him. Let's put our drones in the air and start a search. I'll run a trace on his cell. In the meantime, we have to find out what we can do about this drug.
The computer's been analyzing the chemicals from Montoya's bloodstream.
Throw that up on the monitor.
So, bevor das auf den Monitor wirft, jetzt, das ist doch eine gute Stelle zum Pausieren. Pausieren wir, genau, und machen mit der Folge Schluss. Wir sind schon hier lange überfällig. Alter, Falcone, ja, da wird er eben erschossen, gerade als er mir sagen wollte, was los ist. Jetzt ist natürlich, meinte er, Oswald Cobblepot, aber der kann ja meine Eltern nicht ermordet haben. Genauso, die waren ja alle in einem anderen Alter. Also das ist schwierig zu sagen. Ja, aber vielleicht waren es ja irgendwie die Cobblepots so im Allgemeinen. Keiner weiß es so genau. Man müsste sich das mal durchschauen. Und dahinter steigen. Das wird das Spiel überdauern, nehme ich an. Aber Cobblepot hat damit auf alle Fälle irgendwie was zu tun. Falcone ist tot dank ihm. Er hat da einiges arrangiert, würde ich meinen. Aber gut, das sehen wir alles in der nächsten Folge. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Lasst ein Like da, lasst einen Kommentar da. Das würde uns sehr gut weiterhelfen. Da würden wir uns hart drüber freuen. Schaut auch mal auf Facebook und Twitter und jetzt auch neu auf Twitch vorbei, wo wir montags und donnerstags immer strömen. Also, bis dahin und bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao.